And those kids are rivals from Silver Creek High. I'm standing on what was once called the shelter house. This was the roof of the shelter house. Police say 5 of these covers have been stolen from homes here in the past week. Easily, you can pick one of these up, walk away, and toss it in the back seat of your vehicle. Good morning to you, Aaron. The preps are well underway. Check this out. I'm standing in the middle of Pennsylvania. Typically, you can't do that on a Saturday morning. High water, obviously, still causing problems for folks in this neighborhood. All of the homes behind me, most of their foundations are underneath water. Hey there, Susan. It's definitely complicating things for travelers. You know, Indy's known as the racing capital, but cars are moving slow, if at all, today. We are at the corner of Maryland and Capitol. It was a very chaotic scene. Folks in a jovial mood tonight right now, but that was not the case earlier. Our photographer was standing right here waiting to cross the street when those shots were fired. The bullets flew across the hood of our vehicle. Other people were in the area. They ducked for cover. As all of this happened, 2 sheriff's deputies were following behind a group of teens. Little did they know one of the 16-year-olds was packing heat. What started as a night of fun for LaShane Herring and her daughter.
Oh, very lucky. Very lucky. Bullets pretty much went right over our vehicle, so I feel very blessed.
Ended with terror.
There were tons of people running towards my car, so I stopped. And then I heard 3 gunshots, and then we started ducking down in the car.
We had to put him at gunpoint and order him to the ground. He refused. He fled northbound from us.
In the midst of the chaos, tunnels leading to the convention center took a hit. At least 3 teens were taken into custody. Members of 10 Point Coalition say something has to change. A curfew?
I believe that that would be a great help. I'm a firm believer in the fact that, you know, we have some very out-of-the-box stuff going on right now, and that we're going to have to probably go to some non-traditional ways in order to curve it just a little bit more.
This time, so many downtown. Were you nervous?
No, not really. A little bit.
Walked away fortunate.
We are extremely, you want to call it luck, we're extremely blessed. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that your cameraman was pulling up, and I think when the shots were fired, I mean, that's just an incident. He could have been a fatality tonight.
And tonight, so many people still trying to wrap their heads around what happened here. Take a look, you'll see here right now, flashing lights still from corner to corner. Nicole Porter says she wants to teach her kids and her husband a lesson. She is on strike and has this sign to prove it. Aretha Franklin sang about respect, and Nicole Porter posted this sign demanding it.
They just don't respect what I do around here as a full-time mom and a full-time housewife.
So this mother of 2 decided to strike. She let her family know by posting the sign in the front yard of their Franklin home.
I do a lot for them, and without me, they don't have the clean laundry, they don't have clean dishes, they don't have food on the table.
Porter's children, seen here, show cattle. When their clothes get dirty, the hamper overflows.
No, I'm not. I'll wait until somebody else starts it. This is part of my strike, and they can see how fast this accumulates on a day-to-day basis.
Strangers have been texting Porter showing support.
Said, you go.
But her typically affectionate husband,
he was not very happy. He took it out of the yard. In between jobs, he came home and took it out of the yard, and I came home and I put it right back out in the yard, and I told him if he touched my sign again, I would get something a little bit more permanent.
That was last week, but now?
He started putting the stuff in the dishwasher. A couple days later, he decided he'd start doing laundry. Because we were on our last towel, so he didn't have a way to take a shower.
At the end of the day, this sign signals her call to arms.
You know, my husband works hard every single day to pay for the house and everything, and I just want it to look nice all the time. You know, I just want to just show my family that I'm working hard here too, just like my husband's outside the home working hard.
And for those of you wondering, Porter is a stay-at-home mom. Her husband is a full-time firefighter and also runs his own business on the side. Meanwhile, I asked her how long she plans to strike, and she said she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Brooke, Kimberly Barnes says she uses this bus stop every day. Moments after an Indigo driver dropped her off yesterday, she was attacked at this intersection. Tonight, she's home recovering, but the road to recovery is just beginning. And I want to warn you, some of the pictures you are about to see are graphic.
I have over 20 stitches in my eye. They had to sew 5 layers together.
Catching the bus home will never be the same for Kimberly Barnes while crossing here at Delaware and Washington.
The next thing I know, I'm down on the ground picking myself up, blood just gushing out. I'm screaming for help. Punched me in the face. I mean, that's all I know. I don't even know where he came from. It's like he came out of nowhere.
He is 29-year-old Nathaniel Sconiers. He's accused of attacking Kimberly Barnes and another woman. Then, police say he punched this officer in the face. Moments after Sconiers was arrested. You assaulted an officer. Why?
Knock, knock. Who's there?
What's your name?
Kelly.
He denied telling me his name, but didn't deny the accusations against him.
'Cause I chose to. Him and his grandmother.
I was so angry at him. Why? Then I just couldn't understand why.
At first, both thought the attack was retaliation.
We both work at a restaurant downtown, and we deal with homeless people. And we've asked several of them to leave.
In the end, Barnes and her husband say they've never seen Sconiers before. Indeed, she's bruised.
I got to have facial reconstructive surgery.
But she's not broken.
It's going to scare me and make me more cautious.
She won't be riding alone no more.
But I'm not going to give up on life.
Meanwhile, she told me a worker from Fogo de Chao helped her. She was told that worker's name was Jeremiah. She wants to send a big thank you to him. As far as Officer Barnett, he was treated and released from Wishart Hospital. Pepper spray that was used earlier this week is small enough to fit in your pocket, and that's actually raising some questions among parents. If students can sneak in pepper spray, what can they hide in their backpack? One parent we spoke to says she wants to make sure all backpacks are stored in lockers and checked before students enter school. The chemical inside this tiny bottle is causing big problems. 2 days in a row, police responded to pepper spray incidents at Lawrence Central High School. This fight broke out moments before someone sprayed the toxic chemical that sent 15 students to the hospital.
2 girls were fighting, I think over a boy, and then the girl's brother jumped in and kicked the other girl in the face.
Friday, the Leiden brothers stayed home after seeing a message on social media that said, "Flying Bullets Friday." The district says more than 800 students skipped class.
Most schools are worried about some crazy lunatic coming into their school shooting, and we're worried about the students.
If you can't guarantee that we're all going to be safe, then why are you holding school today?
Their mom, Maureen, made the decision to protect her children.
You can't predict the behavior of the kids that are doing this.
Leiden is one of several parents hoping to see changes with school security. The board president says they're taking note. So far, police presence has increased and student dismissal times have been staggered.
The incident occurred during a passing period, which we do practice drills for these types of incidents. And however, we always practice in a situation where students are in the classroom with the teacher, and we generally don't practice during passing periods.
One of the big things in my mind that sticks out are the 2,000 backpacks that are going into school every day, and kids could take anything in a backpack.
And that's where the problem lies. The district spokesperson says checking every single backpack would take a lot of time. Keep in mind, they have 2,500 students. Now, the board president also says the lockers are small. So when it comes to storing the backpacks in the locker, the students might have trouble. I am using the lockers at our station. A bit of a struggle there to get that backpack inside. So in the meantime, the district is encouraging its students to be proactive.